Good Sunday morning. I'm John North, and you're watching Inside Tennessee. We're talking real estate, which is something that we've all watched sort of going off the shelves, if you will, and we have got two experts to talk about it. Hanson Sale, I wanted to ask you this question. You can maybe address a myth for me, but you can also sort of enlighten the rest of us. Who all is coming in? Who are buying up the houses and renting? What sorts of people are we talking about? And is it true or false that we're seeing investors that are buying up a lot of this from outside?
Yeah, that's a great question, and one that is posed to me quite often. So really, it's a mixture of people, and they're all sort of coming together at one time. So we hear a lot in the news that, yeah, we are seeing a sustained increase in people coming from out of state, particularly from higher cost metros and places like New York and California and Chicago. But the demographics of our own population are also sort of contributing to the demand. So you're seeing baby boomers are nearing retirement and looking to downsize. You have a lot of millennials who are hitting the market for the first time, and then older millennials who are looking to upsize because they have a family now. And something that's sort of pandemic related is you've also seen some retirees who maybe would have gone into assisted living previously who are thinking, you know, maybe I want to age in place, and they're looking, so that's putting them in the market looking for homes that are more accessible as they age and allow them to age in place. So it really is a broad group of people from within Knoxville, but also, yes, we've actually seen a 35% increase in domestic migration to Knoxville, and our population just last year grew at 3 times the rate of the U.S. overall. So we are seeing new people to the region, but a lot of the home buyers are also from our region as well.
Don?
So, Hanson, we've really focused on the real estate for homes during most of the show, but I want to talk just a moment about commercial real estate. We've all learned how to work from home or remotely, so to speak, given the pandemic. Styles of work have changed, commutes have changed. I've recently worked with a law firm out of Washington, D.C., where their lawyers are spread out all over the Northeast now working from home. How has it affected the commercial market, both in leasing, building, and sales of commercial office-type properties? Is it up, down, stable? What has happened since the pandemic?
That's a great question that I happened to be looking at the data right before earlier this morning. And you know, Knoxville, I predicted from the forefront of the pandemic that Knoxville would be, our office market would be rather insulated compared to the U.S. overall. And really that's played out and has been the case. So, you know, the office market has actually seen the vacancy rate decline, you know, not substantially, but it's lower than it was in the third quarter of 2020. And, you know, we've seen a robust recovery in the office market and actually seen asking rents rise. Really, the big question is, I think that the people in the office sector that were hurt worse were in big tech-centric cities, not places like Knoxville. And Knoxville's seen it's slower than other segments of the real estate commercial market, but we've seen a pretty robust recovery.
I want Eddie to get a question in, but let me jump in right quick. Nick McBride, what are you anticipating for 2022?
I don't see any change. I think things will continue forward as long as interest rates stay low. I think steady.
Eddie?
Well, and with that prognosis, I'm going to kind of pitch this to both Nick and Hanson. I mean, one of the things that serving on MPC that I've noticed is our urban growth plan is vastly out of date. I mean, the last time it was updated was in 2001. So really, how can the community, because we've got to, as a community, both City of Knoxville, Knox County, Town of Farragut, all have to work together to come up with a growth plan to slow the urban sprawl, make sure that we're not just taking up vast lands of property when we could be building in more condensed areas. So I'm kind of looking to you all to just say, how can the public get better engaged to help us get our growth plan up to date?
Go ahead, Nick.
Go ahead. Oh, well, I think the most important thing is to be active. Be active in your local politics. You know, your local elections. Go to the planning commission. Let your voice be heard. Talk to your county commissioners, talk to your school board members, talk to the mayor. Mayor's a very open individual. If you have concerns, let him know so that he can get those on the 5-year, 10-year plan from now.
And Hanson.
I would I would agree. Having an engaged citizenry is really one of the most important and critical pieces to this puzzle. The Realtor Association did a scientific poll back in March that found that 1 in 3 Knox County voters said that housing affordability was a big problem to them. And so we really do. I mean, our comprehensive plan and general plan is vastly out of date. It reflects a mode of development that's not sustainable. So we really, what's really important is that citizens get engaged in the process, and that also we dispel some of these myths that, if an apartment building is coming in down the block, that it's going to hurt your property value. Really, the research says that's fundamentally not true, and it's actually more likely that your property value will go up at some point in the future. So really thinking about how some of these traditional sort of conceptions of what growth means and how it can impact you on an individual level is important.
We've been talking real estate, and you've been watching what's been happening. It's been significant in 2020 and 2021. We appreciate Hanson Sale, Knoxville Area Association of Realtors, and Nick McBride, Register of Deeds for Knox County, for this discussion. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll do a talk around.